treats themselves during the holiday season? Stay tuned to find out how. Now to begin with something that is not necessarily healthy, but really super delicious and dairy-free, and I've been loving it, and that is the Ben & Jerry's Cherry Garcia that is non-dairy. It's really, really good, huge chunks of cherries, and I've been really loving this. It actually looks just like, you know, real ice cream, and it's not like some of the brands that you'll see is more like a foam that's been decompressed and frozen and you have to actually wait 20 minutes before you can dig into it. This is just like ice cream. It's absolutely delicious, and I love the brand and the efficacy that goes along with the brand and a lot of the charities that are promoted by Ben & Jerry's. They're also fair trade, and yes, they are corporatist, but they have a dang good product, and I've really been enjoying this. The next thing I've been enjoying is from Khalifa Farms, and that is their pumpkin spice creamer. And right now you may be thinking, okay, well, it's not fall, but you know what, it's still fall. It is still fall for almost 3 weeks, and I've been loving this. And a lot of stores are starting to put their creamers on sale and liquidating and putting on special because, you know, they're pumpkin spice. But the good news is that unlike a lot of dairy creamers, nut milk based creamers, almond, rice, cashew, so forth, have a huge shelf life, really, really long. In fact, this is good through 3/22/18. So I was able to get this. This is normally pretty pricey. This was on sale in the $2 range. I stocked up on these, and I'll have these for another 3 or 4 months in the refrigerator. So keep your eye out for this. This is a great brand, and I really like this pumpkin spice. And also from Khalifa Farms, non-dairy eggnog. This is the best that I have tried. I really like the silk, but you know, this has kind of a little bit more of a nutmeggy, earthy taste. This is really great in chai. I really like this in hot chocolate. I even will put some of this and make pumpkin pie smoothies for my daughter to take to school. I'll even use a little bit of this in overnight oats, and even I've used this in garam masala to make, you know, chilies or Indian stews and things. Really, really good, and love this. And again, the expiration date, you have months for it. So this was more in, I want to say, the $4 range. A little bit expensive, but again, it is a co-op brand. It's a really great brand, a little bit healthier for you, and the best part, because you don't have egg, you're really reducing your cholesterol levels. Again, love this. If you're an eggnog fan, definitely give this a try. A few more snacks that I've really been enjoying are the Ocean's Halo Sea Salt chips. These are seaweed chips, and they're so, so good. And something off topic, if you really enjoy the taste of sushi, those are really amazing, like in a sushi bowl with, say, some vinegared rice and carrot, chestnuts, avocado. You really get kind of a sea taste to them. It really is, it invokes the eating of seafood without having to eat it. So it's kind of like cruelty-free sushi. So I've really been enjoying that. And the cool part about those, they tend to be 2 for $1. And still, you want another reason? The entire package, so I'll show you that here, 20 calories for the entire snack. I mean, awesome. One of my other favorite snacks are these organic brown rice cakes from Lindbergh Farms. I actually worked on a campaign on my blog earlier this year with them and fell in love with their rice cakes, and since have been continuing to buy them. And they're under $3, so they're in range with a lot of other commercial brands, and they're organic, and I really enjoy them with tofutti cream cheese, or a little bit of like a superfruit jelly, or even just a little bit of like sun butter or something, you know, of that nature. I've even eaten them with, say, like a Granny Smith apple or a piece of chow cheese. Really great, really enjoy them. And you know, it's an under 100 calorie snack with some kind of small topping, and it just kind of really hits the spot. It's a little bit salty, a little bit sweet, it's crunchy. I really enjoy it. Now for a couple baked pantry items that I'm really loving this season. And the first is the Bob's Red Mill gluten-free brownie mix. This is my go-to, and I actually will be using this to make gifts for my husband's co-workers. He's a teacher, and so it's easy for me to go and get gift bags and kind of make in bulk gifts for a lot of people. And this is one of my go-tos. It's in the $3 range, and so it's really, really good. It's organic, better for you, and I think it's worth the price tag. Also from Bob's, the gluten-free chocolate chip cookie mix. Love it. It is my go-to. My husband and my daughter love this. This is perfect for Christmas Eve and Santa cookies and me cookies, so really liking this. And one thing I would say, as a new vegan, I have noticed, instead of eating out, I buy the materials to eat in and to make things myself. So one of the tricks that I have is, if I want something that's reminiscent of takeout or takeaway, I just buy the things to make it, and I have saved a lot of calories and money in the process. In fact, over the past year and a half, I've actually lost 82 pounds, and I have a good amount of weight still left to lose, but that's one of my biggest tips. Don't eat out, just buy better and make it at home. And off my soapbox now, and to a few frozen things that I've really been enjoying. First will be the Morningstar Farms, the veggie pulled pork. Now, I will say this with a caveat. You have to watch Morningstar Farms because a lot of their products are vegetarian and they are not vegan. However, one of their vegan products is the pulled pork, and it is so, so good with a little bit of barbecue sauce. I like it on flatbread, you know, more so than a bun, but definitely if you like that kind of pulled pork Carolina taste, you should get that. Oops. Something else will be the corn turkey roast. Love this. It's like it looks sort of like a tube of sausage when you take it out. I brine it with a little bit of amino acids and some nutritional yeast and Himalayan salt. This is so good. I slice it and I put it on top of a wasa cracker or something, and it's kind of like a deconstructed version of like an open-faced turkey sandwich, but it is so good. And this is a mushroom-based product, and it tastes amazing. It's not over. You ever eat Thanksgiving dinner and you feel too full at the end, too much going on? You don't have it with this. You can have something that's savory and delicious and not feel overly stuffed or uncomfortable. Great product. And going along with that this season, one of my favorite things to buy are cranberries. And the best part about cranberries, guys, this whole bag, this 3-pound bag, is in the maybe $3.50 range at Winn-Dixie and at my local Sam's Club. But cranberries don't need special preparation. You don't need additional bags. You don't have to suck them down. You don't have them in the food saver. They come ventilated, as you can see, with small holes. You pop them in the freezer, and they have a year shelf life. So I always make sure to get 3 or 4 bags and make Instapot relish with it, which I put on top of the corn pork roast, or excuse me, turkey roast, and then you have some treats. This is also great. Another quick tip. You can actually defrost about 6 or 8 cranberries, soak them overnight in water, strain them in the morning, and add 2 tablespoons of witch hazel, and you will have the best astringent you've ever had in your life. Also, cranberries are full of antioxidants, as we know. So, take them, soak them again overnight, crush them up, add some coconut sugar, and you'll have the best antioxidant foot or face scrub that you've ever used. Get some cranberries, so many fun uses. Check out Pinterest. They actually have, literally, I checked yesterday, there were about 4,000 boards of cranberry-related products, so there's something there for you. Let's see. Another frozen item, the Gardein Classic Meatballs. These have been one of my go-tos as a new vegan. Love these with some chow cheese as an open face slider. These are a great Friday night dinner. They're great with spaghetti and meatballs. These will also be my alternative to making Swedish meatballs with egg noodles, well, eggless noodles, and some kind of gravy that I haven't quite figured what I'm going to do with that one yet, but Swedish meatballs were always a Christmassy favorite at my house, so I'm going to be doing something like this for me on Christmas Eve. Let's see, only a couple more things here. Naan. Oh my gosh. I always pick this up, and currently it is on offer at my Winn-Dixie, so I definitely went to get the Stonefire original naan. It is organic. It's absolutely delicious, and the best part about this is it's under $3 usually to buy it, a little bit pricey, but I really, really enjoy it. I actually cut it into thirds when I eat it, so it kind of goes quite a ways. And the best part, it doesn't have casein or whey in it, so it's a dairy-free alternative. I really, really like the taste. This is great with curry or soups or stews, and if you haven't tried this as an alternative to bread, really pick this up. It's awesome. And last but not least, my favorite thing to pick up is not something that you necessarily couldn't get the rest of the year, but it's something that during the Christmas season, I like to make sure it stays in the house, and that is halos. While I eat them pretty regularly, somehow in the winter months, they take on a little bit more significance. It's always a traditional Christmas food to give citrus and nuts and to have them at home or as hostess gifts, and I like to make sure that not only do I have them for my family for their lunches, I also like to make sure that I keep them on hand for me. I also like to juice them and find that halos, along with cucumber and carrot, are a great addition when I juice greens, especially super greens. It kind of takes the edge off of kale and chard and spinach. I really enjoy them, and the best part, if you use the peels, just throw them in a mason jar and put some vinegar in, let it sit in your cabinet for 3 weeks, stir it up, drain it, and you have the best super infused citrus cleaner you will ever use. It's perfect for floors and tiles. And as a side note, a trick that my grandmother used to do, if you take the vinegared orange peels, and this is going to sound a little weird, stay with me, dig a small hole like in a flower bed by your front door or perimeters of your house, bury them down about 4 to 6 inches. You won't smell the vinegar by your house. However, it deters bugs and rodents and other wildlife from your house, especially in the winter months. The more you live into the burbs, into the country, this is more of an issue, obviously, but it's a great way to use those peels because, as you know, we compost, and you can't really put things that have been fermented in the compost because it could kill, you know, the good flora and bacteria that you have growing in your compost heap. So that's a great way to use those peels up, and it's something that we never had problems with bugs the entire time growing. I mean, my grandmother was, you know, to a T with her cleaning, but everybody tends to get ants in the summer. That's one thing we never had. All of our neighbors, you know, would occasionally have a mouse or something in the attic that they'd have to call the exterminator for. We never had that. And one of the tricks that she learned from her grandmother was the peel thing. So I'm going to pass that on to you and hope that that will help someone who has those issues, because it's much more humane to put something in the ground than have to call someone out. So guys, that was my favorite so far this season for vegan foods. A little bit of common things, a little bit that you may not have heard of, but I definitely recommend that you check out all of these brands. They are super delicious, and most are very affordable, even if you just try 1 or 2 at a time and just see if it's something that you could make an easy switch in your home. And I'm also going to link below a post that I did on Meatless Mondays. I hope you'll take a look at it. Just a little fact for you, if you go 2 days a week without eating meat, you can lower your chances of cardiovascular disease by over 30%. Like, that's incredible. You also have the efficacy issues of saving tons and tons of water a day. It's nearly 300 calories per pound of beef consumed in this country. I mean, that's just mind-boggling. And just to think how many awesome veggie dishes, how many plant-based dishes you could make at home on a Monday or a Wednesday during a busy week, and save yourself a ton of money in the process, because dairy and meat are uber expensive. If you put that money into veggies, you'd be surprised at how much more you're going to yield in your budget. And just think about things like 3-bean chili, or vegetable soup, or a curry, or maybe you want to do like red beans and rice. I mean, there's tons and tons of dishes that you could make, that you could roll over into other meals, or even make a big batch and then freeze it and make your own TV dinners for lunches, which is what I do for my family. So I hope you'll consider these snacks and think about reading that post and maybe incorporating some plant-based things into your diet. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications to see the rest of these awesome Vlogmas videos coming out. And as always, please be kind to yourself and to others, and have a wonderful rest of your day. Thanks, guys.